Ryan was founded on the principles of becoming a company that we could recommend to our friends and family. For that reason, we decided to spend some time with our toughest customers, our parents. This is The Cabin, an interview with Terry. Hi, Terry. Thanks for being here. I've heard you've got some questions about traveling with a medical condition. Can you give us a bit of a backstory?
10 years ago, I had open heart surgery, and I started to have what they call angina pain. The result was that I ended up getting 2 stents put into my veins, and it's been a few months, and I wanted to go on a trip.
Well, first of all, it's great that you're feeling better, and I can help you understand how this could affect your travel medical insurance. What you want to look for in a travel insurance policy is for the pre-existing condition and stability clause, because this is where you'll be able to figure out whether or not your condition could be eligible for coverage. This clause will provide certain criteria that will explain whether or not your condition could be considered stable or eligible for coverage. The stability clause will tell you 2 things: how long your condition needs to be stable before it could be covered, and 2, the provider's definition of stable. So what this means is, if you travel with a stable medical condition, as defined by your provider, and something happens while you're away, you should be covered by your insurance. On the other hand, if you have a medical condition that is not stable, as defined by the provider, you should call your provider to discuss if there's any options to have this medical condition covered. Does that make sense?
What exactly does it mean to be unstable?
An unstable condition could be defined by a change in medication, so a new or decreased dosage, or a condition that you've specifically sought treatment for. For example, if you develop new symptoms or if you require further investigative procedures.
So how does a patient like me determine whether they're stable?
Each provider has a slightly different definition of stable, so always check your policy. In your case, with your upcoming trip, your condition should be considered stable once there are no further investigative procedures and no changes in your medication. It's kind of like when your doctor feels your condition is under control and really only needs to see you for checkups.
So if I'm unstable, does that mean I cannot get insurance at all?
You are insurable, but that single condition may not be eligible for coverage. It's a common misunderstanding that you can't travel with a medical condition. For example, if you travel after your heart procedure and you fall and sprain your ankle, that would likely still be covered. The sprained ankle is an accident that has nothing to do with your pre-existing heart condition. On the other hand, if you went on vacation before your heart condition was considered stable, and let's say you had to go to the emergency room with chest pains related to your angina, your medical bills may not be covered because the medical care is directly related to an unstable pre-existing medical condition.
Now that we've determined when I will be clear, how do we determine if there's a product out there for me if I want to go somewhere prior to being clear?
There is. What you can look for is something called a pre-existing medical condition rider. The rider is at an additional cost, but what it really does is provides you peace of mind and coverage for a condition that you might be seeking active treatment for.
Do I need a doctor's note to get this started?
No, you don't need a note from the doctor at all. What we do is we base it on your medical records. So in the event you have a claim, we'd reach out to your family doctor to make sure that you've met all the stability requirements. It's as easy as that.
What an amazing product to come out with.
Do you have any other questions that you'd like to go through?
No, I don't have any other questions. That was excellent. Thank you very much.
No problem at all. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story with us. It's important to note that everybody's medical condition is different. So if you have any other questions, please visit our website or speak to your local trusted insurance professional. Thanks again for coming in.